So, before we get into today's video, to take off the kayfabe just for a few moments, my girlfriend and I have been in a really unstable job position and everything, but a friend of ours is offering to let us move in with her when she moves to Albuquerque in a few months for school. Now, moving down there provides us the benefits of more protected trans healthcare, and after a year of residency, potentially college. Right now, our biggest problem is raising the funds to get down there. I've started a GoFundMe that's linked in the description below. If you can donate, that'd be amazing, but if you can't, just keeping the link circulating would be fantastic on its own. But anyway, on to the video. So way back when I was a little computer, back when I was in beta, I was actually exposed to a lot of old subtitled versions of Transformers Master Force and Victory. So while everyone was getting super hyped about the Overlord toy, mostly thanks to IDW's Wrecker's book, I honestly got mine preparing with my God Ginrai. But that being said, it's still a pretty solid toy in its own right. Now the base mode is really cool. It's basically a high-tech treaded castle, but I'm putting it at the start here because really I do have the least to say about it, except it's a base mode that's actually pretty cool for once. Usually it's like, oh yeah, that sure is Star Saber laying down, isn't it? But no, this comes off as a really awesome castle. But with that being said, let's move on to the robot mode aesthetics. The overall stature and look of Overlord's robot mode really does sell the idea of an intimidating, well, Overlord. The blue hues and teals clash with the red and purples in just the right way to really sell it. Now the head sculpt is really good, though even if I didn't get this Overlord for Last Stand of the Wreckers, I do kind of wish he had slightly more kissable lips. Now his head in its robot mode, Dreadnought, is a pretty cool looking guy, and being a leader class, this head actually gets to be painted in its robot mode too. Dreadnought is pretty cool, but at the same time, I still feel like he's just a bit of a downgrade from having both Mega and Giga as his God Masters in the G1 toy. Now, of course, you can swap the heads, but that being said, the average Titan Master head doesn't work quite well on a leader class's body. Here's my custom Space Warp head on him, for example. However, other leader class Titan Masters do work fairly well with him. Here's how Overlord looks with the Bumblebee movie Titan Master Doom box equipped. Now when it comes to Overlord's articulation, it is a little limited, but you can get some pretty decent range out of his arms and legs. His head rotates, and well, he's at least better than what you'd see from one of Bandai's DX releases or something. And given he's a giant Duocon basically, I'm willing to forgive it. As for some other gimmicks he has, you can open up his chest to insert Titan Masters, or the actual sort of early preview feature of inserting Prime Masters as seen here. Now we've got Overlord with the powers of Megatronus and Liege Maximo. Therefore, he's got the double Ds, Deceit and Destruction. Another feature that is too easily overlooked is the Jet Mode's cockpit. Normally serving as a sort of shoulder bracer, you can instead mount it on his chest as a sort of chest armor. Now in the event that you have two Overlords, this is actually a pretty solid way to combine the two figures, as seen in the Legends manga. And on to the transformation into the vehicle modes. Overlord's transformation is surprisingly simple and fun. Splitting him apart and sliding everything inward to where it needs to go for the jet mode, and squishing everything up from that Metal Gear form that the legs are left in to make a tank. The two vehicles together make a really cool and intimidating pair, and you're able to have anyone piloting them. I love the Blackbird aesthetic of the jet half, and while the tank half can't turn its turret, it is overall very satisfying to roll around and just have fun with. Now, the combined mode, which is really just loosely fitting the jet on top of the tank and having the panels plug into the sides, isn't worth it, but it's not that much of a detractor either. As for my final verdict on Overlord, should you pick him up? I mean, yeah, you absolutely should, so long as you're prepared for nearly double the price tag these days. It might be best to see if Hasbro either revisits him in the near future or just reissues this one. But be smart, jump in on things when they go on sale, and overall, just try to look for it for a good deal. It is worth it because it's a lot of fun to just toy around with.